Hello, my name is Holly Proctor, VP of Sales at Clari. Today, I'm excited to spend a couple minutes with you to talk about a few of the things I use most in Clari connected to how we gauge customer sentiment and customer engagement in a deal. So one of the things I've missed most about this new virtual environment is sitting across the table from our customers. There's nothing better than being able to sit across the table, have a really good, lively discussion, really feel like you've made progress on your agenda, and that you know how your customer feels about the work that you're doing. You know if we're tracking ahead or behind. And it can be really hard to do that when everybody is engaging virtually, and it's harder to tell if people are really engaged with what you're saying and the content that you're sharing, or if they're just following along. And so one of the things that I've been using the most in Clari is a couple of tools that allow us to really use data to inform how engaged a customer is in a deal cycle. So today, if I didn't have use of Clari in this way, I could probably piecemeal together a point of view that would be pretty challenging to do. So if I'm looking at signals from other technology that we use in sales today, I could probably go deep into Gong and look at all the calls that we've had this week. I could definitely go into HighSpot and see engagement that a customer has had with our marketing materials or other things that we've sent out. I could certainly go into Outreach or other tools like Outreach and get information based on the way the customer has responded and reacted with our emails, and try to piece together a point of view on how a customer is engaging with our sales cycle at large. That would be difficult given the size of the org that I manage and the volume of opportunities that we have. So as a leader, if I'm trying to get sort of one central point of view, I'm really using Clari today to do that and to help inform my opinion on how a deal is tracking, mostly from the customer's point of view. So let me share a couple of things with you in the tool that might be helpful for you guys to leverage as you try to do the same and create a point of view on your active opportunities. So I'm going to start in the deal flow and show you the opportunity grid. So if I'm looking at this opportunity, America's expansion, one of the things that I want to look at is the activity intelligence grid over here, where you can see the amount of activity that the sales rep or the deal team has applied to the account. But more importantly to me and to this conversation is to see how the customer responded. So if we use America's expansion as a proxy, what I can see is a few things. I'm right now looking at emails. So if you look at the blue, you can see all of the back and forth email exchange that the deal team has had with America's expansion. So I can see that at minimum, they've been incredibly engaged. This is the volume of emails they've sent back and forth. And so they are at minimum responsive. So that is a good sign. They are engaged and responsive with our opportunity. They're also opening files that we have sent, so they're engaged with those, whether those be, in this case, it's an MSA or DPA, so they're actively reviewing our legal terms. Lastly, if I'm looking at Marketo, they're also engaging with our marketing materials. And so I can see that they have, various stakeholders, and I can see who those people are actively engaged with our marketing materials. I can also see from an activity perspective that they have accepted a next meeting. And so I have 3 people from the customer that are on deck for an upcoming meeting. And so I know they're engaging with our emails, they're opening our attachments, they're engaging with our marketing materials, and they are committed to our meetings. So this is a really good signal to me that this customer is engaged, they're responsive, and they are actively a part of the sales process with us, working towards a close. If I look at IT storage and I look at the difference between America's expansion and IT storage, you can see that there's been a major drop-off in their activity. Again, I'm only looking at the customer experience here. So they have not responded to an email from us in looks like 3 weeks. So we have this deal set to close in 22 days. However, if they haven't responded to an email from us in over 3 weeks, it is probably really unlikely for us to be able to convert this opportunity in 22 days. So this whole window, this basically 3 weeks or so of inactivity, is a huge red flag to me. So if I want to look at another view and have a picture of what activity could look like at the account level, the other thing I could look at is this team activity grid. And if I look at team activity, I could look at this by rep if I was interested in the individual's activity. However, I mentioned I'm more interested in what our customers are doing. So if I'm missing the customer interaction and I want to know what the customer engagement is, I can go to team activity, I can look at the account level view, And for this purpose, I'm just looking at this month. So of the accounts that I care about, the most important accounts for us that I'm tracking for this month, I want to see how they're engaging with us on the whole. I can look at meetings, emails, files, but ultimately right now, I just want to focus on meetings. Are they taking our call and are they engaging with us in meetings? And I can see how many we've completed. So how many conversations have we had with that customer? And how many are scheduled? What is upcoming? So I can see that Walmart is pretty engaged. We've had 4 meetings with them this month alone, so that's about once a week. And we also have one that's upcoming that's scheduled. So great, there's good traction. But if I come down, I can see if I look at United Healthcare, if I look at CVS, if I look at GM, we do not have upcoming meetings scheduled. All 3 of those accounts have opportunities that should close this month. And so without another meeting scheduled, it is unclear to me how we're going to continue to push this deal forward. So thank you all for tuning in. Best of luck with your virtual session, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.